There is a certain kind of pain that doesn't push you away, pulls you in. A message left on read. A voice that's warm today and cold tomorrow. A person who knows exactly how to make you feel special, and exactly how to break you, yet somehow you still care. You still stay. You still love. Why? Why do we love people who hurt us? Why do we hold on to relationships that drain us, confuse us, and leave us questioning our worth? Today, we're going into the hidden corners of human psychology to understand the real reasons people become attached to the ones who hurt them. Reasons most people never see but feel deeply. Stay with me, because this might explain more about your life than you expect. 1. You learned love through pain. The first truth is simple, but painful. We repeat the love we were taught. If affection in your childhood was inconsistent, unpredictable, confusing, mixed with stress, mixed with emotional distance, mixed with criticism, mixed with silence, your brain learned that this is what love feels like. Your nervous system became familiar with waiting for attention, earning affection, walking on emotional eggshells, trying to fix someone, hoping for unpredictable moments of warmth. So now, as an adult, you're drawn to people who recreate the same emotional pattern. Not because you like suffering, not because you're weak, but because your brain interprets familiar pain as safety. In psychology, this is called trauma bonding. It's when your mind becomes loyal to a cycle of pain and reward. And here's the darkest part. Your brain sees this cycle and whispers, "This feels familiar. This must be love." 2. The painful psychology of intermittent reinforcement. There is a psychological principle that can trap anyone, even the strongest people. It's called intermittent reinforcement. This happens when sometimes they treat you well, sometimes they treat you terribly, but never predictably. The brain becomes addicted to the maybe. Maybe they'll call today. Maybe they'll be sweet. Maybe things will get better. Maybe the version of them you love will return. Intermittent reinforcement increases emotional attachment faster and stronger than consistent love ever could. You're not addicted to the person. You're addicted to the hope. And hope is one of the most powerful drugs the brain can feel. 3. You fell for their potential, not their reality. People who hurt you almost always do one thing extremely well. They give you glimpses of who they could be. Not consistent love, but flashes of it. Moments of tenderness, moments of connection, moments that feel magical. Your mind then creates a version of them, the healed version, the loving version, the consistent version, the emotionally available version. And you don't fall in love with who they are. You fall in love with who you imagine they could become. You fall in love with the future, with the fantasy, with the potential. This is called idealization. Your mind creates a dream to survive the reality. 4. You're trying to win a battle you lost as a child. This is one of the deepest psychological truths. When someone is emotionally unavailable, your inner child sees an opportunity, a chance to finally win the love you felt you couldn't earn when you were young. So you try harder. You explain more. You prove your worth. You bend. You sacrifice. You give more than you should. Not because the person deserves it, but because your brain is replaying an old emotional wound, trying to rewrite the ending. You're not just trying to be loved by them. You're trying to heal the version of you that felt unlovable years ago. 5. They mirror your deepest wound. People who hurt you often trigger your deepest insecurities. A fear of abandonment, fear of not being enough, fear of being rejected, fear of being ignored, fear of being compared, fear of being replaced. That emotional trigger creates a strong psychological bond, called a core wound attachment. They don't just hurt you, they awaken the hurt already inside you. And because of that, your mind feels tied to them, as if they're the key to stopping the pain they caused. It's not logical, it's emotional. And emotional wounds rarely follow logic. 6. Your brain mistakes intensity for love. Healthy love feels calm, steady, stable. But if your brain isn't used to calm, calm feels boring, calm feels empty, calm feels wrong. People who hurt you create emotional roller coasters, tension, anxiety, a longing, obsession, fear, relief. Your body mistakes this constant emotional stimulation for passion. You think, this must be love. Why else would it feel so intense? But intensity is not love. It's dysregulation. It's your nervous system in survival mode. 7. You're attached to the apology you never received. Often, the person who hurt you never apologizes, never acknowledges your pain, never gives closure. So your heart stays open, waiting for them to understand you, to appreciate you, to realize your value, to change, to come back, to say the words that would finally heal the wound. But most people who hurt you will never give you that. So your attachment isn't to the person. It's to the unfinished emotional story. 8. You believe you can fix them. People who hurt you often have emotional wounds, childhood trauma, fear of intimacy, avoidant attachment, unhealed pain. You see the brokenness behind their behavior, and your heart wants to heal it. You think, if I love them enough, they'll change. If I'm patient enough, they'll open up. If I show them what real love is, they'll learn. This creates a psychological pattern called the savior complex. But here's the truth. You can't heal someone who refuses to heal themselves. You can break yourself trying. 9. Your self-worth was damaged somewhere along the line. Sometimes the reason you love someone who hurts you is because deep down you don't believe you deserve better. So you tolerate less. You accept breadcrumbs. You settle for inconsistency. You cling to the little they give. Not because it's enough, but because part of you fears that's all you deserve. Your attachment is not to the person. It's to the version of yourself that feels unworthy of more. 10. Love feels scarier than pain. This is the darkest truth of all. Real love, healthy love, steady love, secure love, requires vulnerability. And for many people, vulnerability is terrifying. Pain, however, is familiar, predictable, comfortable. So the brain chooses the familiar hurt over the unfamiliar healing, or the predictable pain over the unpredictable love. You're not scared of them leaving. You're scared of what happens if they stay. And the truth is, it was never love. It was trauma dressed as love. When you love someone who hurts you, it's not because you're broken. It's because your brain is trying to make sense of the past. You're trying to heal through the very person who is reopening the wound. But here's the truth. Love shouldn't feel like begging. Love shouldn't feel like fear. Love shouldn't feel like confusion. Love shouldn't feel like pain. Love is not supposed to hurt. And if it does, it's not love. It's a lesson. The healing. You don't heal by getting the person who hurt you to love you correctly. You heal by loving yourself enough to walk away. You heal by understanding. You are worthy of consistency. You are worthy of clarity. You are worthy of safety. You are worthy of emotional peace. You are worthy of someone who doesn't make you suffer to feel loved. People who hurt you feel powerful only when you forget your own power. You don't heal by holding on. You heal by releasing the story you created about them and rewriting the story you believe about yourself. You heal when you finally realize you were never hard to love. You were just asking the wrong person to do it.